Hi there. So the future of this channel is uncertain, and maybe you've noticed that I haven't made a video in the past week, or maybe you haven't. That's totally fine too. Either way, I have not posted a video in the past couple weeks, and I wanted to come on and just address why that is. And so some of this that I'm going to talk about is like good news on why the future on my channel is uncertain, but then other parts of it are not bad news, but just like uncertain news, because even I don't really know what is going to be happening. So to sort of talk about this, I didn't really plan this at all, so I don't know how long or short this video is going to be. But essentially, most recently, if you've been following me, despite my very recent video, which is totally unrelated to web development, the most recent kind of foray that I've been working on was learning JavaScript to help with web development. And so I know in one of my videos that I talked about that, I was learning it for fun and all that, and to some extent that was true, but really the fuel for me doing that was that at some point I wanted to be able to monetize it in some way. I wasn't purely just doing it just for enjoyment, right? I don't think that that is a surprise to you all. I think most people, I won't say most, but maybe most people probably learn web development because they want to make money from it, not because it's just this fun thing to learn that they'll never decide to monetize, right? So I sort of said that I was learning it for fun and all this, but obviously I wanted some monetary gain from it as well, because I was still under this pretense that I wanted to be able to quit my job at some point. Well, that was sort of before I started doing travel physical therapy. And so for the past 6 months, I've been doing travel physical therapy. And so this has been completely different than anything that I've ever done in my field of my 6 years as a physical therapist. So in every other prior career, I did a full-time position, and that was like that. And it just was this endless loop of me doing the same thing week in and week out. But with travel physical therapy, they're 13-week contracts. So there's always this finish line, I guess. And it's a very flexible avenue that, frankly, it's one of the few careers, that allows you to do it. Other than nursing and other healthcare careers. And so after a few weeks of doing travel PT and reflecting on just life in general, I started realizing that, well, one, this is way better than any tech job, in my opinion. Obviously, some of you are going to disagree with that because most of my audience wants to get into a tech career, and rightly so. It's something that they're interested in. But for me, it's not to say that I'm now a diehard want to do physical therapy for the rest of my life, but I've found something that is kind of enjoyable. And a lot of this is because, let's be real, I am getting paid a lot more than I was in a full-time position, nearly double my salary. So yeah, things are more enjoyable when you get paid a lot more to do them. And so I was reflecting the past couple weeks, and it's well, I'm actually pretty content with what I'm doing right now as a physical therapist. And so I started thinking, well, a while ago, I mentioned that I didn't want to get a web development job anyway. And that sentiment is even stronger now because there is no web development job, there's no UX design job that would allow the kind of flexibility that I have. It's just nuts that I can work 13 weeks and take a couple of weeks off. And it's not something that I really even thought about before. And so I was so dead set on getting some sort of a tech job. Well, then I thought about, okay, well, what if I want to freelance? Okay, maybe I still want to do freelance and do that. And I started thinking about that. And I'm well, shit, I'd honestly rather do what I'm doing now as a PT, doing travel contracts, than I would being a freelance web developer. So this is where I get to this weird road, because this is technically a good thing, I think. No, it is. It is a good thing. It's a good thing for me. It's a negative thing for the channel, though. And I recognize this, and that's why I'm kind of like wondering, what the fuck do I do now? Because I'm actually in a good spot. Like, I'm kind of digging what I do. I get to live in this cool place. I can still visit back home. And there's a lot of flexibility with what I do. And the pay is higher. So I'm pretty content. Now, again, like, do I want to do this forever? No. But am I pretty happy with where I'm at for the foreseeable short-term future? Sure, for now. So that puts me in a little bit of a predicament because the whole thesis of this channel was to be able to get into tech, to learn web development so that I can, initially become a solopreneur. That was my whole thing, to become a solopreneur as a web developer, or designer, I guess is really what I was doing with Webflow. And now, I don't want to do that. I don't really want to do that. The past 4 weeks, I have not done any web development at all. I stopped taking my JavaScript course. I got about 80, to be fair, I got like 90% of it accomplished, so that was good. But I think about what I want to do, like what I want to do. Just like intrinsically, regardless of monetary gain. This is something that I'm trying to like ask myself, like what is it that I actually like to do? And I was wondering if web design and development fit into that. And so I sort of asked myself, like, if I were not getting paid, would I do this just just for fun, out of just pure curiosity and enjoyment? Would I sit down and design a website? And the answer, no, not really. It doesn't bring me that much joy to make a website. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's really rewarding when all of the fruits of my labor go into a project, and then I see the outcome of that project and the things that I learned. Like, that is great. It's awesome. But it's not super fun intrinsically. It's like the journey is not... I hesitate to say it's not fun because there are moments where it is fun. And I know I'm kind of like being a little bit, what's the word? Shit, I don't know the word. We're contradictory. I'm being like contradictory. But this is like literally stream of consciousness thinking. Like I said, I did not plan this video at all. Don't even know if this is the one that I'm going to upload. But I've just been thinking, like, web development isn't really something that I would intrinsically do for fun. And so if I wouldn't intrinsically do it for fun, I don't want to get a job in web development. And I'm not even really blown away at the fact of doing freelance web development. And I wouldn't choose to do that over what I'm doing now as a travel PT. What the fuck am I doing? Why would I do it? Why would I do it? There's no... I think the reason why I haven't uploaded lately is I lost my why. The whole thesis of the whole reason why I started my channel was as an accountability tool to learn tech so that I can monetize, like, web design. And now that I've not done that, it's like, well, shit. What do I make content about now? I don't even know. Truthfully, I thought about making a new channel and doing something else entirely, but I didn't want to. I think at the end of the day, this channel has seen a lot of changes. You know, I've started with UX design. Then I started doing Webflow, and then I started doing coding. I kind of like weaved in through a lot of different things. And then sprinkled throughout, I would do these random videos. Like, even my most recent video has nothing to do with tech. It's about being child-free. Something completely unrelated to the bulk of my channel. And so there's been a lot of ebbs and flows with my channel already. So I thought that it doesn't make sense to start a new channel because this is just the natural evolution of Jansley, I guess. But what does that evolution look like? what type of content do I want to make now? I don't know. And this is going to be a little bit of trial and error. And this is also scary too, because you have to think about this from, if you're not a YouTuber, try to like put yourself in my shoes. And I'm not asking for pity, right? This is what I'm about to say sounds like I'm asking for pity. I'm not. I'm giving you like a different like frame of maybe of I'm giving you a sneak peek to like what goes in my brain. So like for me, there's, with almost 5,000 subscribers now, it gets really, how do I word this? Scary to put out content that is abnormal from what I normally do. That's partly why I made that child-free video. I don't really feel as strongly about that topic as what I made it seem in that recent video, but I almost wanted to make something really polarizing and really off topic just to like prove myself that I could. It was an experiment. I did it. I got a lot of hateful comments for it. Fine. Whatever. It builds my skin. Okay? Thicker skin. Whatever. So that was sort of my experiment to try something different. But obviously I'm not going to make a bunch of child-free videos. That's not... No one wants to hear that. And frankly, nor do I. That's not the type of content I watch. So I'm just figuring out like where I go from here. And when I really think about what is it that I actually do for fun? Like when I sit down and I want to do something that is creative and something that I intrinsically like the process of and I intrinsically like the product of when I'm finished, it is music production and songwriting, which is really, really fucking ironic and honestly makes me a little bit angry in a way, because my old channel was all about that, was all about me making music and all about me, just talking about my process with things. And I stopped doing that because I decided I hated my job at the time. Again, this was 2 years ago, and I wanted to get into tech. And so that launched the Jansley journey into initially learning UX design and going along the path that I did. So is this going to turn into a music production channel? No, because I know that won't last either. The thing that I'm noticing is when I attach a skill to YouTube, it makes me very motivated for... I gotta be careful with how I say this because some of this I could easily challenge, and so what I'm saying is probably not actually true, but is just some sort of like weird belief that I have. But I have noticed that skills that I attach to YouTube, I do really well with for a period of time. And strangely enough, the music production channel that I did for about 2 years before I switched into doing UX design. So you can get a sense of like, for some of you that have watched this for a while, you're seeing a very flawed person, okay? I am a flip-flopper. And whenever I get a negative comment, I can brush all of them aside. For the people that say that I am a flip-flopper, that does get to me because it's true. And I flip-flop. And I know there's a lot of people that do. I know I'm not the only one, but I do know that it's something that holds me back, and in a big way. And I don't know how to change that. And frankly, I don't know. It's hard to know if it's a good decision to pivot out of something or if it's not. The only thing I can do is just make a decision and just hope for the best. And so was it the best decision to initially quit my music production journey and go into this whole journey of learning tech? Yes, I actually do, because I tried it. I tried it out and I explored it. And no, I didn't get a job in UX design, but I knew even before that I didn't want a job in UX design, and I didn't want a job in really any tech field. Like the only avenues that I see now for what I want to do, and call this naive or whatever, but it's either just continue with what I'm doing as a travel PT, which is not, again, something I want to do for the rest of my life, but it's either that or try to do something that is creative and online, and something creative that I enjoy. Like I do enjoy making YouTube videos, but it is hard to make YouTube videos when I don't even really know what the purpose of my channel is anymore. And so I wanted to make this video just to give you this peek into my brain. It's really odd because things are going great in my life. My job is going great. I have some awesome friends that I hang out with on weekends. My family's doing great. There's a lot of things going really well in my life, and I am like immensely grateful for that. It's fucking awesome, to be honest. It's just this one area that I really do like, by the way. I love making YouTube videos, but I'm in a existential rut for what I want to do with it, because I'm realizing that making videos about what I originally founded this channel on is not something that I really find enjoyable anymore. And frankly, the journey itself is not really something that I want to embark on anymore. And I know a lot of you that are here because of that journey are going to be like, are going to unsubscribe for this channel. And I don't blame you. If you watch someone for the reason that they create a certain type of content and then they stop making it, yeah, it makes sense that you would unsubscribe for that. So I have no doubt that I'm going to get a lot of people unsubscribing, and I'm okay with that. I appreciate you for the time that I got to spend with you, and I know that there are plenty of other people that will make similar content to what I did that you can learn from, or just get inspiration from, or whatever reason that you decided to stick around and watch my videos. But where do I go from here? That's the question. I don't know. I don't even really have ideas on, well, that's a lie. I do have ideas, but frankly, I'm scared to implement them. I don't even want to talk about them on this video because I think I need to kind of sit and think a little bit on, you know, what is it that I would like to sustainably make? Something that's creative and ultimately something that I don't feel pressure to monetize. Because I think that's something that was a pitfall of a lot of my journey with this channel. Is I always had that monetization goal in the back of my mind, and it's a fair goal to have, but it does sort of suck the fun out of a lot of things, unfortunately. And so because I have an area of my life where I am making consistent income and I'm doing something that I don't absolutely hate, I think it's important for me to find something that I intrinsically just like talking about, that I can see making content about for a while. And I don't know what that's going to look like. But I am excited to find out. I hope this video didn't seem like negative, because I don't, again, like, I'm in very good spirits about everything that's going on in my life. And maybe this is a negative video just from the standpoint that I'm probably not going to be making a lot of tech videos anymore. But you know, that's life. You go through evolutionary changes during life, and this is just one of my changes. And so I feel like I'm kind of rambling now. And how long have I been on here? 18 minutes. That's probably long enough. I don't really feel like I have anything else of value to say for this video, at least. So, what can you expect next on this channel? I don't know, but we'll find out. I will do my lives, though. I love doing my live videos. I know I don't do them like a ton, but I do want to try to do a live video. Like, I probably can't commit to once a week, but I could probably commit to once every other week. I do like doing them. They're casual. I get to interact with some of you all, and I know even like a lot of you who go to the live videos that I do are interested in tech, and so I won't have like, I mean, I'll still conversate with you about it, but I just might not have a lot to offer in terms of guidance or whatever. So anyway, I think that's it. If you stuck with this video for this long, I am shocked. But just know, even if you stay subscribed or if you unsubscribe, I appreciate you equally for the amount of time that you spent watching this channel. Because truthfully, there's however many millions of YouTube channels and however many thousands of people who do tech-related content. And not that all my content was tech-related, but you get the idea that I'm talking about. And you, for whatever reason, decided to choose my channel. I obviously know not exclusively, although sometimes it's nice to think that. And for whatever reason that is, I appreciate that. And if you do stick around, I'm excited to share with you what I have in store, whatever that might be, because even I don't know. But really appreciate you. Hope everything's going well in your world. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.